friends, Dean here with Escape to Gaming. Today is a video response to Gashead Steve over in the UK that did a video of his PlayStation 3 collection, and he asked his friends, I'll go ahead and I'll show you mine if you show me yours. So I'm going to show you mine. I have a small collection, kind of like Steve's. It's not very big, but I'll also include my PlayStation 4 collection as well. And then I thought I'd take the time, since I spent the bulk of the year recollecting a lot of Xbox 360 games, and especially the original Xbox and PlayStation 1 and 2 games, I'm going to do a couple videos just quickly going through my whole collection and kind of bring it up to speed. It's been a long time since I've done one of these. The last time I did one was quite a while ago, but it was really lengthy, so I'll try to keep this one as short as I can. I'll start off with one of my favorites, is the Killzone trilogy. I love this one. This I had initially Killzone 2 and 3 and traded those in for this one, and then you can also install the original Killzone, which has been redone in HD. It's a wonderful game. Really love the Killzone series. I haven't played the third one yet, but I love the second one, and I certainly loved the first one on the PlayStation 2, so I'm excited about having those. I also picked up 1, 2, and 3 of the Resistance Fall of Man series. So I have the Resistance Fall of Man, which I'm about halfway through this. It's really good. It's a little dated looking back on it. It was one of the early opening games for the PlayStation 3, but it's still a wonderful game. I really enjoy it, the gameplay. And then from what I've seen, the reviews and the graphics are even better on Resistance 2 and even on Resistance 3. Now I know some people are into the multiplayer, which I haven't played, but I really like the series and I'm anxious to get into them. Mark Bussler also likes the series quite a bit as an exclusive for the PlayStation 3. What would a PlayStation 3 collection be without the Uncharted series? So I've got Uncharted 1, 2, and 3 here. And these are wonderful games. The first one I loved. I played this at my father-in-law's house. It was the first game that I played on what would be considered a last-gen system on a PlayStation 3. And or even on the Xbox 360. It was really the first, of the 7th generation console games that I played. And also I played it not only on the PlayStation 3, but on one of the new widescreen HD HDMI TVs, and man, it really blew me away. I love this series. I've played this one all the way through and started replaying it again, and then I've also played Uncharted 2. I have Uncharted 3. I haven't played it yet, but I'm anxious to get into that. So these are wonderful games. You can't beat the Uncharted series. Well worth the cost of a PlayStation 3 alone. And then I've got some other games here. I've got, of course, I did a review of Rambo, the video game. Some people are having a hard time finding this, especially over in the UK, but I still think it's a fun video game for kind of like an arcade shooter. It's still a lot of fun. You can watch my review of that. Medal of Honor Airborne. Now, I have this also for the Xbox 360, but I love this game, and it's one of the last really good Medal of Honor World War II games, and it's neat because you can kind of parachute in and pick your drop point as you come in, which is really cool. So then you have some kind of semi-open worlds that you can, go about your missions any way you like. I also have the wonderful 2010 Medal of Honor, one of my favorite contemporary war games. I like this even better than some of the modern I'd say the Call of Duty games as far as modern warfare. As much as I love those, as polished as they are, I still prefer this one. This one has a wonderful story. The setting up on the Afghanistan mountains, looking for the terrorists, and especially how it wraps up at the end of the game is incredible. And this also comes with the Medal of Honor Frontline that you can get and install on your PlayStation 3. This is a wonderful value. I also have this for the Xbox 360. I picked up several months ago this Air Conflicts Vietnam after watching Mark Bussler, Classic Gamer, review this. I love the Vietnam war setting, even though it was a horrible war. I really liked the technology at the time with the F-4 Phantoms and a lot of the aircraft and what have you, and it portrays all of it wonderfully. Some really good music. This is kind of an underground hidden gem, kind of arcade-like in a way, but a lot of fun. SOCOM 4, one of my favorite SOCOM games. I personally like the single player. Some people had mixed feelings about the multiplayer and the single player, but this is the last really good SOCOM game and a wonderful addition if you like kind of that modern warfare, kind of a tactical squad-based shooter. I got some, racing arcade type games here. Of course, the wonderful Twisted Metal. This was the first game that I got for my PlayStation 3, which I actually received as a gift for Christmas My birthday's right after Christmas, so my father-in-law couldn't believe I didn't have a PlayStation 3. For a couple of years, I only had the Xbox 360. He goes, do you have a problem, any kind of an aversion to the PlayStation 3? I said, no, I just haven't got around to spending the money for one yet. So he surprised me with one of the last model, slim model, not the super slim. And I love this Twisted Metal. I would get the PlayStation 3 just for this game alone. Incredible, wonderful split screen action on this. I like the challenge. The story mode is marginal. I'm not a big fan of it. But I like the fact you can go in and tailor-make the challenge mode and pick the levels you want, the loadouts, customize it, pick the enemies, the type of gameplay that you like, everything. The challenge mode makes this an incredible buy and well worth the cost of a PlayStation 3, in my opinion. I just recently picked up Full Auto 2. Now, I have the original Full Auto, which was kind of an Xbox 360 exclusive early on. And that's one of the games that sold me on the Xbox 360. They kind of fixed a lot of the frame rate issues and polished it up more with more destructible environments and a lot more things you can do in the Full Auto 2 battle lines. Kind of a tough game to find, but I really like this. It's underrated, kind of like a Twisted Metal in a way, but with more realistic graphics. Now, I don't have the original MotorStorm, which I have played at my brother-in-law's house, but I love MotorStorm Pacific Rim. This is one of my favorite racing games of all time, and one of the finest racing games that you can get for the PlayStation 3. I actually gave my friend Cameron last year when I was down there for, I think, Thanksgiving or Christmas, or Thanksgiving. I gave him a copy of this for his PlayStation 3. It's not going to be everyone's favorite, but I really like it. Insane jumps. You go on this tropical island with this in kind of extreme racing, and it's just wonderful. It's really an exciting, adrenaline-pounding racing game. And then a wonderful follow-up, MotorStorm Apocalypse, which is neat because the track changes, it shifts with huge cataclysmic waves and winds and hitting the buildings and earthquakes and everything, and you race through the whole mess. This is actually in like 1080p graphics on the PlayStation 3. It looks fantastic, and it's a fun game to play. I really love this and love the split screen in this one. And then wrapping up the racing games, I have the wonderful SSX. I like snowboarding. I've never actually done it, but this is a wonderful game. This is a great investment. You'll have a tremendous amount of fun. So many hours you can put into this. I love this SSX game. Recently, I just picked up Shell Shock 2 Blood Trails, which is kind of a follow-up to the original Blood Trails that came out for the PlayStation 2 and the original Xbox. This is more of like a survival horror deal, with kind of like zombies in a way, with the atrocities and the kind of the grittiness of the Vietnam War. I actually got the PS3 version of this because I'm not a big fan of the QuickTime events, and the only way to play it on the Xbox 360 is with QuickTime events. So I find it's easier to use the wonderful 6-axis controller with this. So I'm actually playing this now and recording footage. I want to review this. I'm having a lot of fun with this, and it's actually kind of an underrated game. And I'd recommend it. It has a few issues, but it's a lot of fun to play and very challenging too. Heavy Rain I've never played, but everyone has raved about it, said, Dean, you got to pick it up. So I picked it up knowing someday I'm going to want to sit down and go through this whole thing, probably the day when I've got a week off when I'm sick. But this looks like a wonderful game. A lot of people have raved about it, so I'm anxious to play Heavy Rain. Lost Planet 3 I picked up after Mark Bussler's exciting review of this. It got some marginal reviews, but I personally love the graphics in it. I even have the strategy guide for this as well. I never played Lost Planet 1 and 2 on the Xbox 360, but this looks really cool, and I'm anxious to get into this. Looks like a really kind of a great alien game and alien worlds and a giant mech deal you can get inside and go through some of the levels. It looks really cool. I picked up the wonderful Batman Arkham City and Arkham Asylum. It came in kind of a twin pack, and this is a fantastic game, which I haven't played, believe it or not, but it looks great. And we actually got it because I picked up the fantastic Batman Arkham Origins, which I have played, and this is a wonderful game, and everyone's like, Dean, if you think that's great, you should really go back and play the Arkham Asylum and Arkham City. So I have all of these as a big Batman fan. That's it for my PlayStation 3 collection. I'll quickly go through my PS4 collection as well. Need for Speed Rivals I actually got before I got my PlayStation 4. It's one of the first of the 4 games that I pre-ordered before getting my PS4. Not a bad game. I'm not a big fan of the progression system, how you progress through the game, but wonderful graphics and really kind of a mixture between The Most Wanted that came out shortly before this, and as well as a Hot Pursuit, but a lot of fun. And I highly recommend this one, especially on the PlayStation 4. Trials Fusion, I've had a blast with. This game kicks ass, a tremendous amount of fun. I think I did an impressions video of this. I highly recommend this. And it's really a lot of fun on the Xbox 360. Some of the other Trials Evolution, the original Trials HD are fantastic. Battlefield 4, this game kicks ass. I cannot believe the graphics and sound design. And I'm only talking about the single player. I could really care less about multiplayer. I didn't buy this for multiplayer. I bought it just for the campaign. About halfway through it, played it over last New Year's Eve and loved it. I'm dying to go back through and finish what's left of the campaign. But this game kicks ass and really shows you the wonderful abilities of the PlayStation 4. Call of Duty Ghosts, I played this all the way through in 2 nights. A wonderful campaign. Really polished. It had kind of like some mediocre reviews in some respects. But I thought the campaign was fantastic. Kind of like a ride at Disneyland, a lot of fun. Killzone Shadowfall was one of the first games I pre-ordered for the PlayStation 4, but I haven't played it yet. Everyone, has raved about it. Some people like it for the multiplayer. Some people were kind of yawning at the single-player campaign. But I got a couple friends that think the single-player campaign is outstanding and one of the finest FPS games that they've played. So I'm anxious to play this at some point. Sniper Elite 3, this is a gripping game. I can't wait. There's a new DLC that should be out any time now. I can't wait to get that and play it. I love this and blew through this game. This is a wonderful game. You can see my impressions in my review of this one. Now, Assassin's Creed, I'm not a fan of the franchise at all. I played the first one on the PlayStation 3. One of the first games I did play on it at my father-in-law's because he loves it. But I'm just not a big fan of it. But this one was really outstanding, where they introduce a whole pirate, kind of an open world deal, and you can explore and have these wonderful high sea battles. I'm dying to go through and play this. This is on my list of big open world games that I'm dying to play. I just haven't had the time. I don't want to start it until I can sit through and go through it over a few weeks. Metro Redo, I've just recently played, both of the Metro 2033 and Last Light in this. Highly recommend this. This is an incredible reason to get a PlayStation 4. Very immersive. The graphics are outstanding and the gameplay is really nice. The Last of Us Remastered, it looks fantastic. It was incredible on the PlayStation 3. It's 60 frames a second. It looks even better and plays better on the PS4. Highly recommend it. Worth getting a PlayStation 4 for just for this game alone. Tomb Raider Definitive Edition. This is one of my top games of 2013, along with Grand Theft Auto 5. Highly, highly rated game. A lot of people love it. Some people aren't crazy about it. I think it's one of the finest video games I've ever played. It has one of the best cover systems. The shooting is smooth. And the 60 frames a second, it plays even better. Wonderful exploration, incredible level design, great graphics, and a story that you can really get into. And you can't wait to see how it all wraps up at the end, but a wonderful game. And then I'll save the best for last. My wonderful favorite game of the year for 2014 is the Wolfenstein The New Order. I can't rave enough about this. You can watch my review of it. It came with the Doom beta, which I haven't played yet, but I'm anxious to. But this is an incredible game. But anyway, that's my my PlayStation 3 and my PlayStation 4 collection. I just thought I'd kind of bring you up to speed. Next, I'm going to get into the PS1 and my PS2 collection. I'll do that in one video, and then I'll finally wrap everything up with the final 2 videos, which will be my original Xbox collection, and then finally the Xbox 360 collection. So thanks for watching, guys, and enjoy your collections.